Okay guys, we've got a set of squares. These will be machined out to 6 by 6 by 3 inches high when they are finished. They're a little oversized at this point for casting. And these are split patterns, and these are made by Dan Shapiro. And he is out of Illinois, up in Chicago, and the name of his company is Steady Rest Metal Works. He did a great job on these. I went ahead and added some pull holes along with, I just drilled these holes here, and I got a pin right here I'm going to stick in there, and that's what I will wrap these with. Now I ran the sand a little on the dry side. Start with the side with no dowels. I would like to try to evenly distribute that gap as much as possible. I'll put my runner on this side, and I'm going to put pipe risers on the cope on 4 corners. I'm going to put my finest facing sand on the face. Alright, so I'm going to go all the way around and try to climb up that radius on the inside there. One of my previous videos, if you can get that sand beyond the line of sight with your facing sand, you won't see the transition between it and your coarse sand. It's a beautiful day here, Tuesday after Easter. We had our share of storms. You know, Josie's making all that racket back there, by the way. Got one mark, that goes right there. And I got 2 marks that goes right here. Now, like I said, I'm going to put pipe risers in this, so I'm not overly concerned about putting anything other than a filter trap in this. I'll put it right here, and I'll have my runner going this way. About out of parting dust. My wife is reminding me I need to order some. Last time I did this, I ended up breaking the core off. About 75 degrees out, according to that. I don't think that's right though, because it's mounted on that wall the sun's hitting, so I'm probably getting the errors there. It's probably more like 70. Feels great. Probably my father. Josie, tell Dad I'll be there in a second. Get this round down good before it dries on it. Then I'm going to shut it off for a minute and go out there and visit. This is going to be flat all the way around because I'm going to be pushing those pipe vents in. So we'll go ahead and put the pouring basin about right here. Just in case I crumbled any sand there. Like I said, I am running this on the dry side. I'll re-tamp this. I'm going to be feeding into this filter trap. I'm going to go as close as I can. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up on the edge. This is the fun part. Let's try. I gotta be real careful not to break this core. Nah. I think I got it. Gotta be able to gauge. I can't get it going sideways or it'll break that core off. It's loose, but so is the core. So I just messed this up. So I gotta find out why it's biting down. See the core coming up with it? Mm-hmm. Now last time I tried this with screws, that didn't help. Tight in there. So anyway, that's not going to work. So this is not going to make it this week. Like I said, I ended up putting screws down in the core the last time, and that did not help. Let's see, the core's not moving on this piece yet. Yeah, it just broke. We're going to skip this for now. I'm going to get some straight edges molded up, and I'll get back on this when I get some time. I already had to scrap out 4 straight edges yesterday, so I'm gonna get back on those. I'll figure out what to do about these later. Get the patterns out. Okay, my friends, I have put a coating on here, and hopefully that's going to do the trick. It is 2 days later. We had a funeral we had to attend. My brother's father-in-law passed away, and it's worth mentioning, he was one of the POWs from the USS Pueblo, and I had a lot of respect for him. He and his wife would always come out to our family events, and also at the funeral there were 4 other survivors that were POWs to that event, and it's a history worth remembering. But anyway, let's get back to this. Hope we can pull this with good results this time. The interior I was not able to get to sand. Like I said, I put my slick coating on here, and hopefully that will do it for us. I was also patching the furnace some more. I wasn't happy with what I did the other day, so I decided to do it right, or do it better. Yeah, do it better. My wife and I were in Brandon earlier. We are getting a garden ready. I told her we'd put up an electric fence, so we had to go to Tractor Supply and get some stuff, and on our way there was a motorcycle, big old Harley, laying in the middle of the road, and the guy that was driving it was clutching his chest. He looked fairly young, this client. Anyway, we had to reroute and go the other way. Other than the interior and the side face, everything else gets machined, so I'm not worried about the finish on any of the rest of it. I'm having to push myself this evening. We had to drive to Picayune, which is almost New Orleans, and I'm tired. Number 1. Number 2. Now, as I said several days ago, I'm going to put a pipe riser here in all 4 corners of the cope side. The only thing I'm going to put in now is a trap right here, and I'll stab my sprue probably right here. Sand feels like it's doing pretty good tonight. Humidity's not bad. It's actually pretty nice out. Alright, so if the core breaks this time, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add anchors to it again. And that's the thing with mold making. You got to keep doing it a different way until you figure out what you did wrong. You just have to have patience. These old smashed up June bugs help my sand, I think. Alright, so we know that our trap is right here. So we'll put our sprue. Alright. We're going to try this again. I'm going to try to do this lightly. Let's see if we have any better results here. Go on, June bug. I do not like having to use 2-point pull method like this. It's very hard to keep things level. I do have movement, and so far the core is staying solid. It's still grabbing. And I slicked that surface up pretty good. I think that's going to come out. Got this side, this corner. This corner down here, I'm having a little difficulty with. Like I said, we've got to keep this parallel to the plane of that parting line. It cannot get kicked to the side one way or the other as it's coming out. Tighten back up again. Go on, Jimbo, get off my shoulder. Come on, get. Oh, I hate those things. We've got to go carefully with this, guys. You can't be impatient. And at this point, there is still a chance, an 80% chance, I'm going to mess this up. Put the pin back in it again. Try this again. Gotta keep it level. Now let's see if we can do that 3 more times. I'm not charging enough, guys. Now that I took that out, I got to be careful not to crack this barrier here. Camera's about dead, so I may not be showing the rest of this headache. But, as I've said before, when I got to go through this, sure nice to have you guys with me. Go on, Gene Bug. Get. This one feels like it may come on out of there. Yep, it's coming. Alright, just gotta be very careful once I get it to come up. I don't want to get carried away and break off a chunk of sand. I'm watching all 4 sides as I wiggle this, keeping them all evenly coming up out of there. There we go. Well, we might get lucky. Now for the other side. Okay, now what I did here, I went way down as close to the bottom in there as I could with my gate. Yes, it's going to be a very thick gate, will require grinding, but the reason for that is that iron will flow through, hug this wall, and ride down that wall. Because there is minimum pressure, your least amount of pressure, atmospheric pressure, is going to be right along the surface. It's called a Coanda effect. And it's going to want to hug that surface and then distribute a pull down below. So it's not going to be just jumping over the hump, so to speak, and splashing everywhere. So this is ready. I'm going to set it in place, and now we're going to fight that cope and see if we have better luck. Guys, I had to switch over to the other camera. I don't have the tripod for this one, so I'm just freehanding it. But anyway, this is the pipe risers. Next, I'm going to rake a radius around that. And matter of fact, I can probably do that better with this camera and show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Weiss makeup brush. You set radius. I'm going to do that here, here, and I'm going to go around and do all 4 on each side, and then we will set this in place after I cut the pouring basin. It took entirely too long to make this mold, and I believe this is one of the places where it was grabbing sand. I noticed that on both pieces over here and right there. Seem to be grabbing pretty good right there. So yes, even little spots like that will keep it from releasing. But anyway, I'm going to get these together. You know, they are telling us at my part-time job that we have to take a class now to use these things. It goes to show the kind of people they're hiring when they have to have silly little classes like that. Well, it is the next day. Let's see how this did. I poured short last night, as y'all could tell. This is the, well, we've probably got a 1/2 inch riser on these, so maybe that'll work. So far, so good. Lighting's not that good out here. I apologize. All right, I'm gonna clean these up. Knock the gates off. I'll try to. There we go. I think those are going to be fine. Anyway, let me get these cleaned up a little bit and I'll show you. I'm not going to try to grind tonight. Okay guys, I'm fixing to use this bad boy today. I still don't have a guard made for this, but I will tell you that I never have my head, my face, anything like that in line, in this radial line. If you are unaware of what centrifugal forces are and what they can do, you need to research it anytime you're handling power tools. I always keep my thumb right here on the switch to switch it off, because this is not a spring release trigger. If you have an old antique like this, before you ever plug it in, always make sure that switch is in the off position. Alright, so let's get on with this. I am going to be wearing safety glasses. I wanted to thank SUHNER for providing the wheel that's on here. We had a regular grinding wheel on there. This is reinforced. That provides much aided safety. Just to give you an idea, you know, I was telling you when I made the molds that I tapered that gate all the way almost down to the bottom here. So these gates were super thick. That thing did a number on them. It also did a number on me. That thing is heavy. I'm going to finish these up now with the regular SUHNER grinder along with the blades supplied with that. I do want to thank SUHNER for their contribution. We will be cranking up a lot here soon on a lot of grinding, and they have been more than supportive of me and what I'm trying to do here. Alright, so I'm just going to finish them on down with the regular grinder, and that way I don't gouge the casting. Well guys, you see how big these are. They're about 7/8, I think, in diameter, and it sliced through them like butter. That didn't take long. My parting dust is here. Duck's back. Glad you're back. My first experience with this stuff was free from my friend Benjamin Bronze. He sent me some to try out, and I love this stuff. It's not cheap, but gotta have it. But anyway, I don't have any excuse to not make molds now other than to get this thing back together and get the plows readjusted and see if I can't get back to mulling sand. Well, I got the 6x6x3 squares in the kiln, and I put them in there about an hour ago. It's at 500 degrees now. The more you have in there, the longer it takes for it to get up to heat because of thermal mass. And at this rate, it's 8:04 p.m. right now. It should be around 1375 by 11 o'clock. I'm down to one element. This thing has two, and one of them is shorted out completely, so it's taking longer to get up to heat. I got to get that fixed. But anyway, I will pull those out tomorrow and give you a good look at how they turned out. What is the deal with all these beetles? They're getting all in my sand. Somebody said they're June bugs, but this is April. I got my eye on you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, bring it on. Beetlejuice. Okay, guys, this is it. I wet them down with oil. humidity's so high I didn't want these rusting. I got a little sand that broke off right here. And then they look good. Lettering turned out fine. Inside's turned out fine. Everything else on the exterior is going to be machined. And this is the second one. Now this one I'm going to keep here. We had a problem. I had some sand break off down here in this corner, and it went down here. You can kind of see how that worked. So the inside of the pattern for this one is still grabbing sand pretty hard. That's what's causing the corners in those areas like that to break off and wash down. So yeah, I'll keep this. And actually, these are just the right size, if I had time, if that is. And I may see if Josie wants to do it. Put it on our old Atlas 7B shaper and machine this one up. If so, I'll show you the results on that. But anyway, this one is ready to package and get shipped to Chicago. Well, yeah, that's about it. We've got a lot of maintenance issues going on at the moment. I'm trying to do some work on the muller, getting it fine-tuned. At the same time, I'm paying close attention to the furnace. It's not acting its best. Welcome to my world. It's not going to fix itself. And it's probably going to be a while before I put another video out as I am working all this stuff. I may try to fit one in on maintenance coming up. But anyway, y'all take care. And I hope you're enjoying some warm weather like myself. The snakes are out already. I was helping my dad for about 30 minutes today at the bottom of the hill, bush hogging, and I saw a pretty good sized water moccasin. So, I don't like snakes. Anyway, y'all take care. For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.